Yo, Capricorn, welcome to your line by sign for September. Let's get into it. Capricorn, September is looking like a month of new perspectives and ideas, and they're badly needed, particularly because it looks like we're at odds with everything. Nothing seems to be really satisfying us. And while we're trying to just figure out how to be comfortable or grateful with the baseline is showing up as the bare minimum, and it's not really giving us motivation to move forward. It's kind of like taking the romance or taking the it's like looking at a structure and knowing that it's going to fall, or looking at a structure and knowing that it's going to fail, while other people are trying to get you to enjoy your time in it. Even if it is being held up in the moment, your awareness of how shoddily everything is put together is going to make it really tough for you to hold it together internally and externally. Because of that, there can be this conflict of gratitude as it's being projected on you versus what parts you are consciously thankful for, while simultaneously recognizing that your needs aren't really being met. And the truth is, we're looking for some change. The Ace of Coins, as the line of our subconscious, is letting us know that we're looking for a reason for things to change. Sometimes that can lead to self-destructive behavior, or pushing other people to create answers where you know they're not present, which isn't really fair to you or that other person, especially if you're the one who's going to have to come up with the answers at the end of the day. So I think with the Page of Swords running things, it behooves you to be curious about what it is that you're trying to express before you just start running off at the mouth. The Six of Swords as the advice card definitely advises us to handle things with care and think about ways to move on in peace. Everything that requires an end doesn't need to be explosive. It doesn't need to be a tower moment. And the tower isn't present. So it really doesn't have to be a crisis. You can just choose to end the story because it's what's appropriate. Or recognize that this is just the end of a chapter and there's somewhere else to go. But in that, it's not a winner takes all mentality or a all or nothing when it comes to success. Like I said, Six of Swords makes us reconsider what ideas are worth holding on to while reconnecting with what progression looks like in letting the past go. And while other people might be willing to take chances, that's not really where you're at right now. And the Judgment card shows up as a hope and fear. And I feel like that's actually a reinforcement of your discernment right now. If you're feeling like it's the right time to exit, then it's the right time to exit. If you're feeling like it's something that you can stick out because it's worth it, then I think you can count on your perception of... So here's the thing. I was going to throw you a bone and say that you could count on your perception, but the lights went out immediately as I was saying that. And I think the only thing you can count on your perception for is everything it's led you to thus far, which makes me think that this is a self-worth issue. If we allow ourselves to step back and just consider that there could be some value on the table in self that we're not seeing, particularly because it's in process, I think that will give us a little bit more to work with in terms of confidence about how we sever connections that aren't working and move in a direction of pursuing a new one. Remember, seeing it on the horizon is not the same thing as actually being there, but it's still just as important to see something in order to move with clarity, and that's really what you're looking for, a travel plan that makes sense. With that being said, it's going to be an interesting month. It just requires you adjusting your perspective on what's immediately here in order for you to see where you're going. Hope it helps.